right, my talkers. Let's get ready to hang out with Lori and Julia right now. We've got some Julia's Random Thoughts coming up. We have a little New Music Friday. A lot of fun ahead for us this hour. Let's just hang out and have some fun.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so we have several places that we can go.
Okay, give me some options. I'm curious.
Did we ever hear from Rocco about Jack Black's amazing song that he did for Conan? So last night was Conan's he says goodbye after having basically a 30-year late night career.
Right.
And it was an hour show. And I have to say, it was fantastic. It opened with The Simpsons. You know, they did that. I mean,
yes.
It was so well done. And Will Ferrell was a guest.
Will Ferrell was hysterical.
Absolutely hysterical. And then they did a thing of different moments. And Conan even said this was really hard because we've had so many great guests.
Sure.
He had people who were regulars. Steve Martin Short. And
really?
The classics.
I haven't
the
seen it yet.
classics.
Yeah, it's good. It's an hour
I watched
long.
the first half.
You did? Did you like it? And
I just couldn't stop laughing at Will Ferrell having all these jobs that, Conan was going to go to.
Right,
And
right.
it's hysterical.
All these
Will
multiple
Ferrell-
goodbyes for O'Brien for future projects that haven't even happened.
Yeah. That Will Ferrell makes me laugh.
And apparently,
Me too.
people are very fond of their late night talk show host. That's their first one, the first time they're on. So Chris Pratt did something really sweet. I was the first late night show was Conan, and a lot of times, remember, Conan would get people that weren't established yet, or they were new in
for
their
Letterman or Leno,
they weren't
whatever.
big enough or whatever. So, and Jack Black was also the first time he was on a talk show was with Conan. So there've been a lot of,
sentimental guests,
sentimental and kind of like guys that are seem to be in their 30s and 40s that are. And Jack Black, so he was gonna do a musical number.
Okay.
With choreography, and in rehearsal for it, he sprained his ankle.
Love it.
And Conan made a lot of fun of him because he's like, "Oh, you're looking so healthy." And I don't know if Jack Black had a belly on or if that's his real new
I have
belly.
no
No,
idea.
that's his belly.
Okay,
But he's an accordion shape. He goes up, he goes down.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's been proud of that belly throughout pandemic, doing a lot of TikToks.
Okay, he is.
Pressing
Yeah.
that
Oh, that's
belly
right. He
of
did
his.
WAP last year. He did his version of WAP. He did this. Yeah.
But he goes up, he goes down.
Down.
Yep.
So he did a
most
very
men.
spirited, personalized My Way dedicated to Conan.
You are my friend. You are the best. And so is Andy. You rock. You make us laugh. You are so sweet. Like cotton candy. I wrote this song today. That's why the lyrics are so but more, much more than this, he did it Cohn's way.
Cohen's way.
He climbed the highest peak, and then he dove into the ocean. He crawled 1,000,000 miles to give us joy with extra lotion. He's tall, he's really pale, he has red hair like Howdy Doody. But more, much more than this, he did it
And Conan is just dying laughing.
It was fun. That was super fun.
Yeah, we can listen. No, all right, we're good.
It gets kind of...
Yeah, he really gets big and big.
screaming, yeah.
Gets screaming, but Conan is laughing his butt off. And then in about the last 10 minutes of the show, he thanked, longtime, producers, writers. He acknowledged Lauren Michaels specifically, who recommended him to take over for Letterman when everyone was like, what, that writer kid from SNL?
Right?
Was that his first big job, the writer on SNL?
Yeah.
Was that his first?
And then he got picked by Lorne Michaels to succeed Letterman.
Wow, okay.
And then he thanked Lisa Kudrow, because he knew from improv at the stage next door. Maybe it was the Groundlings at next door to the Largo.
Right.
And he said, when I got this job offer, he said, first of all, I always thought she was the talented, funniest woman. And I was just a wreck. I'm like, what? I'm going from head writer. And she said, you got to try it. You got to do it. Mm-hmm. And he said, her encouragement and Lorne Michaels, and then thanked his wife and
his
Andy.
wife was in the audience. That's how they met.
Was sweet. Yeah,
at the very beginning.
Really?
That's how they met.
Well, she was an ad exec.
Yes,
an ad exec.
But she came to the show one night and met him afterwards.
Right,
yeah.
and he had a great story. And his final advice, he said to anyone who's watching right now, try and do what you love with people you love, and if you can manage that, it's the definition of heaven on earth. I swear to God, it really is. No tears. Andy was kind of all, I was like, I'm getting all teared up, just, but it was great. It was a great, great final episode.
How did Andy say a goodbye or did?
Yeah, and it was like no one got too maudlin or verklempt or anything.
Like you are getting right now, and I'm almost getting ready to.
It was just such a touching goodbye.
That's
and
awesome.
that's not easy to do.
Well, these people are a big part of our lives, which is silly. But when he went to TBS, he went out of my life because he was just on a different channel and network and time.
And he kind of came back into my life because it was a half hour.
Right, which is the perfect timing. I keep thinking we could speed up this show and fast forward and we'd be out of here.
And I wouldn't watch him.
Why not a half hour?
I wouldn't watch him every night, but I would watch him because he'd have like Sarah Silverman on, or he just would have quirkier, different guests. And
then you'd see in other places. That's like last night on Watch What Happens Live.
Amy Sedaris and Ian Somerhalder.
Okay, Ian did not need to be there.
No, he didn't.
But Amy Sedaris is probably, I don't know if you know who she is, Grant, or if you're in love. Okay, she is a treasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
She is a mime of comedy.
Shows,
Strangers with Candy is where we first met her on Comedy Central back in the late 90s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think that show is on Hulu.
It is. She's
funny.
A 40-year-old
Jerry Blank.
going back to college. She can do facial expressions. She's kind of, how we know Tracy Chapman or Tracy, who's the Tracy one?
Tracy Gordon? No,
Tracy Ullman.
Morgan?
Tracy Ullman.
Oh, Ullman. Okay.
Who's kind of, but Amy Sedaris is really, she's much cuter. She's hilarious.
I didn't realize she was in The Mandalorian.
She's plays with Yoda in it or something.
Yeah.
And she does a ton of voice work.
Okay, now I know who you're talking about. There you go.
And she's kitschy and quirky, and she has this crafting program that we saw last year on a weird channel. And
I don't know why Andy had Ian Somerhalder on, because
he didn't need to,
and he adores Amy so much, and they have so much to say to each other and have so much fun. I'm like, because Letterman, she was a regular on Letterman, and her funny bit on Letterman is that she would wear a pair of $850 shoes or whatever the scale was.
I felt like it was $700 to $800.
Whatever the scale was,
they'd have
they
to
got
pay
paid
them
to be a guest on Letterman. You get paid scale union.
Yeah.
And she would show Dave her shoes. Well, this is what the last appearance bought.
Right.
And it would be the only thing she'd ever really
But you fall in love with her because she's so quirky.
And she's David Sedaris' sister. So
yes.
They're obviously from a...
But the story that she told about going out once a week to dinner with SJP, Sarah Jessica Parker, Andy Cohen, and herself. And this last time that they went out, they try to get together once a week, which I love. She drank too much wine and she almost fainted and tipped over. Did you watch the beginning of it?
Yes, I did.
And she had the feels and she goes, I just went down. I was ready to just go down. I don't know what happened there. He's like, we were so worried about you, but they had this great connection.
Yeah, they do. All right, listen, we got to go. It's your random thoughts.
All right.
I saw this story the other day. Did you ever notice that? Sometimes I wonder what would happen if...
And now, Julia's random thoughts.
He looks like that puppet. I don't know. He's had cheeky implants. It's just random. That's all it is.
Okay, so this is very, 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 very good news if you like chocolate. Okay. So, which I do. So there's a new study that came out, and the study was done on looking at the effects of eating chocolate for breakfast on older women. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I guess older men, they didn't say the age group, it just says older women. So basically, what they found,
Like people should actually eat chocolate
Yes.
off of older
A
women.
new
Is that
health
what you're
study-
saying to us?
you could do that too. New study found out you might want to start eating chocolate for breakfast. Older women had to eat 100 grams of milk chocolate every morning for 2 weeks, and 100 grams every morning is 2 full-sized Hershey bars. Okay?
There's no way in
Which
hell
is
I'm
more
doing
than that Hershey bars. It even up their calorie intake, but they didn't gain weight. It boosts their metabolism. So what they said is it's crazy, but if you eat 100 grams of milk chocolate even,
milk chocolate.
within an hour of waking up, which is more than 2 full-size Hershey bars, the women in the study that did it for 2 weeks didn't gain weight, didn't change their diet, didn't do anything. They
I
ended
don't
up
believe this study.
Listen, they ended up I'm going to try this next week. They ended up eating slightly less throughout the day. The chocolate maybe filled them up longer, and they still consumed more calories overall, but their metabolism was up and it helped them burn more. The study found out it worked at night too. Women who ate chocolate up to an hour before bed saw the same effects.
Why hasn't this worked
I don't know,
far?
but don't eat your chocolate in the middle of the night. I don't
Or
know,
in the middle
but
of the
it
day?
says study finds eating chocolate in the morning can burn fat.
This is
was-
miraculous news if it is true.
Well, it was
But
conducted.
the problem, who did it? What university?
Okay, the University of Brigham and Women's Hospital researchers.
all right.
The study was conducted on female volunteers who were postmenopausal, me, you, many of our friends who would raise their hand, and not only.
And people who are about to become, and they're in that dreaded area called Perry.
And the researchers say they plan on repeating the study with men and children and to see if the results are the same. So it might burn more fat.
Well,
How
I need
crazy
to
is
share
that?
this with Casey and just switch out perimenopause, postmenopause just for men.
Right.
Because here would be my thing with that. There's no way in hell I could eat 2 candy bars in the morning.
Well, you
I
don't like
can't-
sweets.
I don't like
See, 'cause,
sweets
like,
until.
Lori has, okay.
No, I
Grant,
just like, I can't. I mean,
that's not you.
but I think a lot of people don't like sweet things in the morning
I'm gonna
unless
be
it's
honest.
one sweet, like a
gonna be
croissant
honest.
or a donut.
I could, if this is true,
Well, do it. Try
sitting
an
with a
experiment.
cup of hot coffee and a little Hershey candy going in bar, that sounds good. It's like milk chocolate.
2 full size. Could you eat 2 full size in the morning in good conscience?
Not in good conscience.
Okay.
That's my thing. I would poke every hole in this because I'd be the one who gained weight.
Right.
My blood
You'd be the
pressure would go through the
exception.
roof. I'd lose my hair.
Yeah,
all this other stuff would happen to me. But that is a weird study.
No,
TBD.
Julia, this is like an amazing study to know of.
It's
I mean,
like we were told this week, keep drinking your damn chocolate. Next week, it's going to be keep drinking all your alcohol. The next
Right.
week, it's going to be eat all your food. Maybe these are just people trying to make us feel really good about life right now.
not the University of Brigham.
It's not a BS place.
paid study.
It isn't. It isn't. Now, I
by
know.
Nestle's.
Yeah, Nestle
Hershey's,
University.
right.
Brought to us by Mars and Company. You know,
Right.
this is a legit study.
BYU.
They're
If it's
situated on
BYU,
Hershey
right?
Avenue.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so I know this is something that Lori and I have been waiting for with bated breath for years to come out, but I haven't. I know it's being released this afternoon. That very special report.
What is?
The
The
most-
UFO. The
yeah, the
UFO, but they
UFO.
call it UFP.
Yep.
Or something. Or
It's
UFAs.
a UFO. It's a UFO
Yeah, but
report.
the government calls it another name.
Uh-huh. It's supposed to arrive today. Defense officials say the report will focus on unexplained aerial phenomena.
Yes,
There's that.
UFPs.
Observed by military pilots.
Right.
But it won't dive into whether this.
It won't
their-
say it won't speculate
No.
what it is. It's BS. We
So
know
120
nothing.
incidents in the last 20 years that will just say, yes, it happened, or no, it didn't.
Well, I guess these Navy pilots that fly over the water, like they see them all the time.
Yes.
All the time.
Every time.
And there's videos out there of this
Yeah.
stuff, and
But how do we know it's just not like pieces of planets breaking off and zinging by? You know what I
Or
mean?
Well,
pretty
especially
soon, pieces of satellites.
Right.
with those fighter jet pilot ones, the one that most people are referencing, their radar system is locked in on this object, and they're traveling at over 400 to 500 miles an hour, and their radar system, and it's not just dropping, it's moving.
Moving.
So it's moving around. So, and they estimate that They estimate that if they're going as fast as they are, this thing has to be going 3 to 4 times, 1,000 miles an hour than they are. Okay. Therefore, so some of these videos out there make you wonder, like, what's the next? What are we going to get surprised with?
All
next,
right, well, here, Grant, are you going to move to Mars when it's open? Is that a goal of yours? Do you want to go to the moon? Do you want to travel in one of these things?
No. I don't even like to fly in general, so I'm good.
All right. Well, this is good. We got that. We know you like scary movies, and you're not going to go to Mars.
Not going to Mars. No.
Yeah. No. Who has time to go somewhere? It takes 4 years to get there.
That's right.
I mean, right there, it rolls it out. Right there, and then when
I'd be too old. Yeah. I want to.
Only if it's in a time machine and we're going backwards.
That's exactly it. Okay. Some other things that haven't changed are bucket list things. You know, they did, what is your bucket list? Blah, blah. Number one is lose weight and get healthier.
Oh, that shouldn't be on a bucket list.
I agree.
That doesn't belong on a bucket list.
A bucket list should be fun.
A bucket list is fun. You want to do something fun.
What's the place you've never been to, Lori, that you want to go to besides Bora Bora?
I guess that I would like to go. Where would I really like to go? Because
travel is number 2, of course.
Yeah, I know. Travel is just everything.
Grant?
You know what? I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. And Casey will not. He's not for this. But I would like to go on a big, huge catamaran and sail in the Croatian and Greek islands all around in there.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice.
With a crude, catamaran. Mm-hmm. I don't want to have to do any more.
I'll talk him into it this weekend.
Well, yeah. Okay, try it. Try it, please, Julia.
You know she's married to my brother Grant, right?
I do know that.
All right, just checking. You're
please, you've gone on one of these. Try it.
I will try to talk him in.
Hey, Julia, it's time for New Music Friday. It was a light selection.
Was it? Okay.
Either that or I was lazy and didn't look hard enough.
Doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter. Oh, we only want to hear a few good songs anyway.
Okay, so here's what we have. Ed Sheeran, if you can believe it, Ed Sheeran is only 30 years old, and he has that many songs behind him.
He's amazing.
It's kind of amazing.
For like 2 or 3, 5 years, it was every song. Hit.
Yeah. And he released this song and the music video. The music video, Ed Sheeran is a vampire. He's got bleached hair and fangs, and he goes out on a wild night alongside a crew of ghouls. Maybe he was thinking of Michael Jackson, who knows? Thriller. But the name of the song is Bad Habits, and it was co-written by his longtime collaborator that he writes with. So here's Ed Sheeran, Bad Habits.
I like the song. I don't like that it's Ed Sheeran.
Oh, really?
Yes, because it's just not my... I love Ed Sheeran. It's not what I expect from him.
That's why it's so fun.
Well, the video starts out with him being a vampire underneath a blow dryer at a hair salon.
No, the video is fun. It's fun.
It is.
It's fun, and it's a fun, bouncy song. Maybe if you watch with the video, but I think if you listen to it, that's how it's going to grow.
That one would get
you.
Catchy. I agree.
I think that's going to get airplay.
All right.
Okay, you're going to hear that across the way at KS95. Just saying.
Okay.
I'm predicting, Grant, right now.
You probably will. I worked over there for a while. I would imagine they're going to pick that one up for sure.
Yeah. Now, we have, so there's this compilation that came out today that's called Red Hot Plus Free, and it's all these people doing covers of like different songs. And
we love covers.
We do, Julia. It's released by the nonprofit Red Hot, and it's the latest installment. All the money goes for the fight against HIV and AIDS.
Okay.
It started in 1990. They've partnered with the Beastie Boys and David Bowie and Madonna and George Michael, and there's been about 20 compilations, and they've raised about $15 million over the last 30 years.
Wow.
And so this new compilation has all kinds of people singing. But the song I picked was Billy Porter is covering Julia Roberts, not the actress, but Julia Roberts, the dance singer. She had this song called Caught in the Middle.
Okay.
It's 1993, Julia, so you ostensibly could have been going out.
I was.
Okay, so
I was. I knew you.
Yeah.
I'd go out with you.
Right. So this was a dance song. I don't know if you'll recognize from the original, but this is Billy Porter covering Caught in the Middle for this Red Hot and Free compilation.
I know.
I just love
He
him.
is. He's an infectious man.
That was a fun song.
Yeah, that was fun. And it was top of the dance charts in 93. So now this is the country super group, the High Women.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and this is for
Brandy Carlisle, Maren Morris, and Natalie. Who's the last?
Hemby.
Okay, I don't know.
Natalie Hemby.
Okay.
So this is Highway Unicorn, Road to Love, which was on Lady Gaga's Born This Way album.
Okay.
And they're covering this for her Born This Way,
compilation covers that everyone's doing for Pride.
Well, for the 10th anniversary of Born This Way, but I don't remember this song because I did not get the Born This Way album. So I don't know every song. So here it is, Highway Unicorn. But
it's okay.
But I mean, do you even remember the Gaga original?
No, but I love the name of it, Highway Unicorn. I just kind of like the title. That'd be great for an RV's name.
Right.
I just think it's a great name.
And the song was good. I listened to the whole thing in the double wide, and I'm like this. How do I not know? Highway Unicorn, Road to Love.
Because at one point in our life, we stopped buying albums and CDs where we'd listen to every single track.
So true.
And then suddenly we don't know it because I like going back now and listening to every track from a CD or an album.
Yeah.
It's fun to hear all of them. I did that with the, who are the sisters who did Swampophilia? Who are the gals that we would see at this Minnesota Zoo? The river is gold, the tired swans are so.
No, stop singing. You're making me not be able to sing. It's Emily.
Yeah, it's the sisters. No, they're not sisters.
They're not really sisters.
I don't know. I can't help you there.
Someone call in. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. Why? Who?
No, come on. In the river is gold.
Yeah. All the lesbians love these ladies.
I know. Indigo Girls. Indigo Girls.
There you go.
Indigo Girls. I listened to the.
I knew I had to give one stereotype about them.
I mean, that is
Indigo
such
Girls.
a good CD.
All the way through.
All the way
and
through.
I listened to my 10,000 Maniacs, that first CD, all the way through. And on a boombox at home.
I was just going to say, how did you listen to a CD?
I was trying to remember the name of. I wanted to hear if I loved, I think it was like the third or fourth song on it, but I couldn't remember the name of it. And I said, I need to just listen to this.
Oh.
And it was kind of
made me so
fun.
happy to listen to something all the way through.
Oh yes, I mean that's like you said. That was just how he did it.
Yes,
and now it's just like you kind of it's a lost. It's a lost art, and a lot of, like you said, a lot of great songs get overlooked because we don't get that chance anymore.
Although people are buying vinyl,
that's true.
The vinyl albums are selling them.
Vinyl is
Gen Z and millennials.
But
I like their albums.
when you drive in a car, I still like a CD.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because
sure.
your car doesn't even have a CD anymore.
It sounds better
stop
too.
reminding me of this bitter disappointment.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not happy about it. Okay, she had a record release or album party from Planet Her. Doja Cat had a party in Hollywood last night.
Okay,
and the dress code was mesh and very little else. Madonna would have fit right in.
Loved it.
Everyone showed up at this with mesh outfits on and little underwear or just a bra, maybe a bikini. It was
Sounds like a great time.
Oh, it's fantastic. I encourage you to look at Doja Cat's party pictures.
All right.
So people like this album is getting, buzz, but this is the single featuring The Weeknd called You Right.
She's like in a Pantheon building in the Greek Isles.
Yeah.
And her nails are 17
wait
feet
till
long.
let's hear The Weeknd come in.
Very weekendish.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
It's called You Right.
You Right.
Okay.
And at first I thought, is Doja Cat copying Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion for WAP? Because it had that big fancy gate. I was like having shades of the WAP video.
not at all.
But it was opening up in heaven.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so here's our proverbial country song for the day.
I still miss the one from last week. I can't remember the name of it.
This is the worst country song of all time.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, that was a good song by Brandon Gilbert or something like that, or Brantley Gilbert.
Yes,
Brantley Gilbert. Okay, so this is from the group formerly known as Lady Antebellum. Stole a woman's name called Lady A in Seattle. They've so far kept Lady A, but the Lady A in Seattle, who's had a blues career for 10 years, is not happy about it. And the country Lady A have released a 7-song compilation. Now that's an interesting number, but whatever. This song is called "What a Song Can Do."
what a song can do. But Lori, I absolutely my favorite part of that whole thing is that you're Shady Shade.
Yeah, thank you.
You're Shady Shade for that blues band.
The blues singer,
lady.
the woman.
She got paid very well.
No, she didn't.
How do you know? I'm going to do research.
She's tried. She's been trying to get them to settle.
I'm going to see if she was paid.
Don't get.
I won't do it today. It'll be a weekend experiment.
You won't. You'll forget about it in 2 seconds.
Grant, that's your first assignment.
I was going to say I'm on it.
Don't listen to any of these things. They're idle threats when they're on the air, and she says it like that.
You just get it in. You always have to get your little dag.
Well, I want people to know I've got a memory.
We know.
Okay,
we know.
Yeah.
Here's our
we
last.
couldn't think of the Indigo Girls.
Right, I know it. Well,
but I've got a memory.
Well, Julia, when you put me on the spot and then start singing some unknown song that doesn't sound anything like it.
But you know who I was talking about.
I know, but all I had to do was start giving the clue. But then I was like, is it cool to just say the lesbian lady?
That's in that I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, this is one last song. Ben Platt from Lady Gaga's Born This Way singing You and I.
Okay.
What Broadway show was he?
He was in the one, Dear Evan Hansen, and he was in Acapella Singers, that movie. He's got a amazing...
This song, when it gets into it, is really a good cover. So,
beautiful.
Here we go. Nice.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a nice, different sort of a slow dance.
It's good.
All right, so that's our new music. When we come back, we're going to Hollywood speak what this woman said to her husband when he was offered the part of James Bond.
So, what are you trying to say?
Hollywood speaking.
What is the meaning of this?
Okay, Julia. Okay, so
during the break, we're looking at pictures, and Lori's like, "Well, he's had plastic surgery, and she hasn't."
Well, Kathy Hilton, Paris's mom and dad, Kathy and Rick, they had his and her facelifts at the exact same time.
You know that?
Well, you can tell
because the new Hilton property, the big new property, opened up in Vegas last night.
I don't know if it's Hilton. It's called Resorts World. Is it a Hilton?
It's a Hilton.
Yeah, so they had
Conrad by Hilton or whatever.
They had his and her facelifts, so now they don't. One of them isn't the age and the other one out. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Okay,
do you like that idea, Laura?
Well, not that I'd ever get Casey to get a facelift. Mm-hmm. I mean, no. I'm not a Hollywood person, so it won't matter. I'm fine with just being the Hollywood person and being the one who...
the woman who knows the most about talk shows.
Yeah, but I mean, I hope one day I'm not lazy and afraid, and I will go forward with possibly getting plastic surgery if it scares me, and I'm lazy also. So, okay, here we go. Liam Neeson giving a interview with The Late Show with James Corden.
Yes.
Last night, and he was asked, James Corden asked him about... I heard that you were considered for the role of Bond in the early 90s.
Okay.
Is that true? And he said, yes, that is true. However, my dear departed wife said to me, darling, if you're offered James Bond and you're going to play him, you're not going to marry me.
Really?
He bowed out.
Natasha Richardson.
He bowed out, and they got married in 1994, and he never played 007, but Liam said he often teased his wife about what could have been, going up to her after arguments and humming the James Bond theme song or coming up and holding his hands in the shape of a gun. You know,
funny. Okay,
so
that's funny.
kind of a cute story that I'm like, whoa, damn. That's,
yep, I
darling,
like that.
I'm not going to marry you.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Kanye West sues Walmart for selling knockoff Yeezy sneakers.
Okay, so I looked at what these are. These are a molded plastic.
These are the foam monsters. That's what I call them. The foam-filled shoes.
They're a third party who made them. I just think, didn't Walmart sue Kanye West because he wanted to use their logo and his logo? I feel like
here's the bottom line. Both these shoes are ugly. The one selling them on Walmart, the one Yeezy is selling. I think they should pay us to even have to look at them.
And read
if
the
anybody
story.
wears them, they should have to pay everybody that has to see them in these ugly shoes. And the bottom line is Kanye and the Waltons don't need any more of our money.
No.
Kanye's worth $1.8 billion. These Waltons are worth $235 billion. We have other things to do than see these rich people fighting about ugly foam shoes.
They're the ugliest shoes ever.
They got too much time on their hands, and these shoes are they're an insult to humanity. They're a crime against humanity.
Preach.
I just can't stand them.
Thank you, Laura.
I mean,
Both of you.
how could they be good? They're like somebody took a hot glue gun, put it all over your foot, made it a hot glue gun out of foam, and then randomly stabbed holes in it. But it comes up over your foot. I mean, that is
It's the ugliest shoe I've ever seen. I'm with you.
That is what do you call it? An athlete foot waiting
fog?
to happen.
Oh, totally. And dangerous. And, Lori,
No, it's athlete's foot. You're going to get those little tiny little blisters that are real itchy and they spread and they're hot. You're going to have hot feet. Then you're going to have to go to Walmart and buy the spray
Are you still talking?
for your feet
What is going
to
on here?
cool off from wearing these foam monsters.
You're still talking. I'm like, what is happening? I'm still talking about the shoe.
I mean, you
Okay.
suing Walmart for not. I mean,
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I hope it. Yeah. Okay, here's another one. Rihanna, when she was out with ASAP last,
Rocky.
the other night. There's actual video of them going to a bar restaurant, and the bouncer, who every once in a while, a bouncer
Will card
likes to
them.
flex their door power and
Yep.
absolutely won't let you in without your ID. This bouncer flexed. ASAP Rocky is like going, what? Because Rihanna did not have her ID. Okay. And they have video of the guy just like going, got his arms closed, and ASAP is like, hey, I mean, this is Rihanna, and she's kind of lifting up her hat, and she's like, I'm really sorry. And I thought, if I were the owner of that
I would
restaurant,
kill him. I'd fire him.
I would have been so mad, because then it would have been his restaurant's name everywhere instead of everyone filming. Wow, this dude is totally not letting, and they didn't let him in.
Okay,
He
so
flexed.
let me just be honest here. I go into a liquor store and still get carded.
Yeah.
I
Are
am
you
over
bragging?
50.
Are you
No,
bragging?
I'm
That's
just
pretty
like
good. Humble
no,
brag, Jules. I like how you worked that humble brag in there.
I'm just saying.
See that,
at
Grant?
some
That's
point,
a humble brag.
No,
That is.
That was
it
so
isn't.
good.
It's not humble. I don't mean it that way. I mean, obviously, I'm over 21, and I'm just like, do you not know I'm over 21?
Well, Julia, but it could be that they just honestly don't know.
They have to do it to everybody. He said. We card everybody. I'm like, oh my God, I could be
But
your
anyway,
mother
they
7
got
times.
video of this, and I just think that owner isn't too happy.
No, I
today.
wouldn't be either.
What? You didn't let Rihanna in last night? Arnold Schwarzenegger files.
Wait, easy for you to say.
Yeah, right. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What's he up to?
He filed a declaration of disclosure in the decade-long divorce from Maria Shriver, as it said, quote unquote, the couple is trying to wrap things up.
They have been trying to get divorced. There's too much money. There's too much property. That's what
She
this
filed
is.
for divorce on July 1st, 2011.
Jeez,
They'd
that's a
been married
long
for
time.
25 years, no prenup. It came after Maria learned that Arnold had done something straight out of a soap opera, fathered a child with their housekeeper of many years, Mildred Patty Baina. It's right out of a soap opera.
We could have wrote
We've
this
seen this on All My Children. And damn, if he didn't, the kid is a doppelganger.
Beyond.
You couldn't
Beyond.
deny it.
And he kept coming to the house.
didn't
and
even
suddenly,
need a DNA test.
Suddenly, as he's getting older, Maria starts thinking, that looks like my husband.
Right.
What is off here?
No blood test needed. Anyway, I'm glad
Can I
that
see some identification,
Yeah,
please?
I'm glad after 10 years the divorce is coming to an end. What has taken so long?
Money. Money.
All right.
All right, we'll be back after the top of the hour.
Oh, it's time. Yeah, we got happy hour trivia.